So, as per another report, Wendy Williams is as of now hospitalized, and she was hospitalized no less than 2 times prior to dropping her appearance for the upcoming Atlanta's Ladies exhibition. I dropped on my own show on Halloween. They composed this at one point. Wendy was momentarily delivered exclusively to get back to the clinic daily later. It seems like Wendy Williams is as of now hospitalized, and from the way that she's feeling the loss of a significant talking commitment this end of the week, it implies her well-being has crumbled or is deteriorating than common. That was not a trick. I'm overheated in my ensemble when I dropped, yet you understand what I'm a champion. And I'm back as per various sources who have affirmed to the U.S. Sun. Wendy looked into a clinical office 14 days prior and was at one point momentarily delivered exclusively to get back to the medical clinic daily later. An insider near her said Wendy initially went into the medical clinic around 14 days prior. She was delivered momentarily last end of the week, and she went right back. In another source said that her family knows that she's been hospitalized, yet they don't have every one of the insights concerning what occurred at this point. They guaranteed that Wendy was not in recovery, as many had accepted, yet in a New York clinic. The source said at the end of the day, it's obvious that she is in the emergency clinic this moment, and it's not recovery. I don't know which emergency clinic. Aside from that, she's certainly in New York. The principal insider asserted that her condition was terrible, to the point that at one point they didn't think she planned to come out the opposite side oak or even make it by any means, yet the way that she had the option to record something for her dropped occasion implied she was essentially doing a firm. They said the way that she had the option to record something to apologize for dropping her appearance, that the exhibition is a decent sign that she's recuperating now. Wendy and her group had the option to educate the crowd and participants regarding the exhibition of her wiping out through a joint proclamation from both her delegates and the Atlanta Ladies exhibition. Through the U.S. Sun, the declaration read, "We remorsefully need to illuminate you that Wendy Williams wouldn't show up at a definitive ladies exhibition in Atlanta on May 20th, 2023. It was with extraordinary thought that we felt it was best for Wendy to join a definitive ladies exhibition sometime in the not-too-distant future. We anticipate delivering those subtleties whenever they are affirmed." They additionally utilize the potential chance to say thanks to Wendy's substitution featured expert Grammy grant-winning R&B craftsman Monica for taking the previous moderator's place. The U.S. Sun was quick to solely uncover that Wendy had dropped her appearance at the Atlanta Ladies exhibition this end of the week in the midst of fears she isn't all right to make that big appearance. Wendy needed to abandon her 25,000 gig for the Atlanta Ladies exhibition without a second to spare, and this has made loved ones develop considerably more worried about her prosperity. No matter what, her crossing out a rep for the exhibition only affirmed that there is a video from Wendy that will be played Saturday saying sorry for the late scratch-off and saying thanks to the crowd for understanding. It seems like her well-being has not been steady for some time, since a source has asserted that her group had been going this way, and that about the previous daytime television has well-being, and assuming she would have the option to make that big appearance lately, the source said there have been questions regarding in the event that Wendy was all right to get it done, and there was moving by some to get her to Atlanta, and to put her on that stage. They guaranteed Wendy's capacity to perform. Best case scenario, and that her condition was continuously fluctuating, with her having the option to assemble a sentence one day and not being the following. There have been serious inquiries as of late about assuming she will at any point get better. The insider added Wendy's appearance had additionally been taken from the exhibition site, except for a photograph actually highlighted in the occasion's setup of speakers, and it is said she would have capitalized on $25,000, assuming that she had gone to last month. The Atlanta Ladies exhibition delivered the extraordinary insight about Wendy's impending appearance through a question and answer session, saying featured subject matter expert Wendy Williams as she shares knowledge into her exploring 3-decade profession in diversion, and in the background investigate her motivating process of life and the quest for genuine satisfaction. On Saturday, May 20th, 2023, at 1 o'clock, Wendy's undoing has brought a ton of worries from her family, companions, and even fans who are addressing in the event that the show have is doing approve her sibling as of late enlightened the U.S. child of his interests regarding his popular sister's prosperity subsequent to seeing her in Florida. In April, while she was shooting her impending narrative, Wendy's more youthful sibling said he and his older dad shot with her throughout a few days in April, and even he could validate that his sister was not oak and ought to be given sufficient opportunity to recuperate. He told the U.S. child, "This isn't a lady who is in the right temper to get a show rolling." Tommy asserted that his sister was not in that frame of mind to do everything except rather it seems like her team would rather not recognize that yet needs to cash out on her. While she's evil, he asked why the film group was even there, recording saying, "For what reason are you even here? Do you see the condition she's in? Does it appear as though she's prepared to begin a digital broadcast? For God's sake." It doesn't. Selby was pawning her around by having her work despite the fact that she isn't in the right state for anything since they are bringing in cash. This person Will is pawning Wendy around. Movement here, movement there, we should go bring in this cash. And I couldn't care less on the off chance that you're checking out on the grounds that everyone knows who you are, he said, referring to Wendy's director, Will Selby. Tommy asserted the team would probably make the show about the stunning condition of where she is presently contrasted with where she was during the level of her vocation. He asserted they were either attempting to make a trick of showing the world Wendy's absolute bottom well-being wise, or attempting to earn compassion and consequently more cash. He said, "Is that going to be the show? Is that what my father needs to anticipate watching to push our and compost anything that they do with it? They will do it will be miserable." Tommy made sense of that. The group has a ton of film for the Truth series, with a large portion of it being miserable. He added that while he was disappointed at the creation, he wasn't frantic at his sister for any of it. "I can't fault Wendy for anything. I maintain that she should get better. She isn't better, so I can't be distraught at her for any of this." Wendy's sibling likewise communicated worry over what the creation could mean for Wendy in the future, asserting that assuming the show emerged and she was improving, would it be acceptable so that her might see those recollections of herself in such a state? He trusted they would allow her to get better first prior to causing her to do anything he called her flow condition miserable, and added that she's in chronic frailty. He said this time individuals have been kicking her around. She can't be pondering in light of the fact that another report, Wendy Williams is as of now hospitalized, and she was hospitalized no less than 2 times prior to dropping her appearance for the upcoming Atlanta's Ladies exhibition. "I dropped on my own show on Halloween. They composed this at one point." Wendy was momentarily delivered exclusively to get back to the clinic daily later. "It seems like Wendy Williams is as of now hospitalized, and from the way that she's feeling the loss of a significant talking commitment this end of the week, it implies her well-being has crumbled or is deteriorating than common. That was not a trick. I'm overheated in my ensemble when I dropped, yet you understand what I'm a champion. And I'm back, as per various sources who have affirmed to the U.S. Sun. Wendy looked into a clinical office 14 days prior and was at one point momentarily delivered exclusively."